What's up, everybody? It's Aaron and Ray back again with another episode of Franchise Tag Fantasy Football Podcast. We are here today going to go through the Week 4 preview for the morning slate of games. Oh, the Thursday game as well.
You better believe it.
Excuse me on that. And as Ray said, you better believe it because he's a little aggressive today. I don't know why.
Yeah, super hot. I gotta work a lot of hours in the next couple. Maybe a day, pretty much tonight. But that's besides the point. Look, this is when the men get separated from the boys, Aaron. If you go 1-3 right now, how much is the tilt on your whole team? Let's talk about it for a second.
If I go 1-3, I'm in 7th place right now, so I'm nipping at the heels of the playoffs still. So that's more important to me than being, 1-3, whatever. Because if all the other teams still lose 2 and I still outscore them, we're still in the same position. I just got to worry about beating the 6th place team out before the end of the year. Tilt isn't too super hard. That's why people say don't give up if you go 1-3, 0-4, 2-2. You know what I mean? That's why you don't give up. You got to pay attention to standings and points for, points against. I'm not tilting super hard. I've had some offers come through that they think that I'm ready to just give up. And that's not quite the case. Some of them have been pretty fair offers. But they hurt my team in more position, like in a different position than it actually helps to try to balance certain things out. So just be mindful. Don't sell ship if you're 0-4, 1-3. Because there's an 0-3 team in our league. I think there's one 0-3, 4 1-3s, 2 3-0s, and the rest are like 2-2.
Yeah, 2-1. But
2-1. Excuse me.
What I wanted, why I brought that up. 1, it's to kind of jab you a little bit, but 2, it's to let you guys know 100% that if you're 1-3, you can still make the playoffs. That's all you got to do. Get to the dance. You get to the dance, somebody might pick you up and dance with you. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've won a championship with a negative record. It's happened. And this is in our main league. It's happened. But, and I've also made, actually, I take that back. I actually won the championship on a very positive record. But I made it to the championship with a negative record. It's all just getting there. You don't know what your team's going to be getting into the playoffs. It could just be completely changed. So keep that in mind. Don't sell. Let those other guys in your league sell. You pick up and you get moving.
Yep. So, and the thing too is last year I started 5-0, right? And then over the back half of the year, I went like, what was it? I ended up like three games ahead of 500 or whatever. So my team at the end just kind of couldn't pick up the pace. If you are a team that's starting out 3-0, 2-1, I let off the gas last year at 5-0. Didn't make any trades. Kind of got a little lax in the waiver wire. Like, oh well, I don't really know who's going to do what on my team. Always make moves. Please always make moves.
I've sent out so many trade offers. If you're
3-0 and going into next week you win again and you're 4-0, okay, figure out how you can get better, how you can shore up one of the spots that's kind of like, I got lucky through these first parts of the season. What do I need to do? Because once you think, I got this on cruise control, that's when you don't. You run into the back of a car because you're texting on your phone.
I just had to bring it up because I know there's some people that might be tilting. Don't tilt. Anyways.
That's fine. No, I mean, you can't. I know I talked all that crap about Alvin Kamara the last episode, but that's just me letting off some steam, right? Anyone can let off steam and tilt. Just don't follow actions on said steam blowing. But I mean, it's just one of those things. Everyone starts off at different spots. And no one who, trust me, my league mates, Ray, our league mates, they'll never let me remember. They won't remember the good times when I was just kicking the shit out of all of them. But when I'm 1-3, people like Ray like to just be sure to poke the bear and poke it and poke it. And so, that's fantasy football. It's how it goes. Sometimes players don't pan out the way you think they do. They get off to slow starts. They pick it up at the end of the year. Don't tilt. Try to make moves. Don't take a trade that you are not comfortable with, or if you're not high on a guy, don't let someone talk you into him. You know what I mean?
You ready to get off the soapbox?
Yeah. You got anything to add?
Nah, that's it.
That was a pretty good soapbox.
Hey, I'm just here for the people. That's what it is. It's not to jab you. It's not at all.
Sure.
No way.
You didn't want to poke the bear a little bit.
I'm not temperature checking you right now to see where you're at and see if maybe I can get something off you. There's no way.
I mean, my whole team's available for trade. It's just y'all send me offers, but y'all have to understand that I might not be as high on someone as you are for certain things. But I will tell you, Jordan did send a pretty legit offer for Cooper Kupp.
It's funny. I was there when he did it.
Oh, were you?
I was sitting right next to him.
Yeah.
Jordan, if you listen right now, he wouldn't tell me. He refused.
What did he send? Oh, well, if you don't know what he sent, then it's fine. But it's a pretty good offer.
Either way, what do you got for us today, Aaron?
I already told you we're doing the week 4 morning slate.
Oh, that's right. That's what we're doing this week. You don't say. The starts and sits.
It is the real regular, NFL season. We're about 4 weeks into it. I thought you'd be caught up by now.
Nope. Still not really paying attention.
You're just a slow starter like Alvin Kamara. Huh?
We're just running the show, not paying attention to what's going on. Hey, before we get started, if you guys have some starts and sits and you would like us to cover them, if you'd like us to answer some questions or something like that, drop something in the comments. I will absolutely personally get to them.
Put it in the Discord.
Oh yeah, get in the Discord. I'm telling you right now.
Popped up on the thing. As a matter of fact, as soon as we're off of this call, I will add a start sit text channel.
I'm super fast on the responses too. Let me tell you.
Oh my god, I don't think Ray actually has a job with how quick he responds to people.
Let me tell you, I do. I just hate my job, so it's okay.
Oh, that makes 2 of us, but I can't quit.
Ayo. Anyways, let's get started, Aaron.
All right, so first up, we have the Thursday night game, which is the Miami Dolphins at the Cincinnati Bengals. The over-under on this game is 47 points, Ray.
I like the over in this one.
If Tua plays, I like the over in this one.
Yeah, if Tua doesn't play,
so
that's going to be tough.
Today was Wednesday,
September
the 28th. The whole entire NFL went on the injury report. Everyone,
everybody
that plays in the NFL went on the injury report. So
Mm-hmm.
please monitor the injuries. Some of them were minor stuff. Some of them, like Tua in his back, you probably should pay attention to. But monitor the injuries, and then the Saturday episode, we should have more info. So we'll try to get out as much as we can.
Yeah.
Anyways,
by Friday night, we should know a good chunk of these players, and I'll make sure to cover the big hitters going into Sunday's games, and then we'll make sure that we mention it on Sunday's show as well. The live show that we're going to do here, but. What I wanted to cover first, and we're talking about Miami and Cincinnati, the big question, is Tua going to play? I think that they'd be foolish to play him. I don't think it's a back issue. I think it's really that he's got a concussion. They're trying to hide it. But I don't think he plays. I'm not afraid to start Waddle or Tyreek. I think that you have to temper what you're going to get. But Teddy supported top 15 receivers before. He's done it.
2,000-yard receivers at the same time.
Yeah, he's done it. So I don't think that you're really going to be missing that much by Tua not being there. I don't think Tua is the one that's making it happen. But that's just my Tua hate. I have to do that every episode. I've got to give you guys the hate that is real. But okay, so this game, I'm going to be starting Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. That's it. Not starting Mike Gesicki, not starting Chase Edmonds, not starting Raheem Mostert. I'm getting closer to thinking that I should start Raheem Mostert. Getting closer. But I feel like I'm getting closer to him getting hurt too. So
if you look at the snap counts and stuff, it started off like 70-30, but now it's closer to 50-50, and they're both not very good in that offense. They're okay, but the only reason Chase Edmonds was as good as he was last week is because he got in the end zone twice from like 3 yards and in on both of them. So.
If you can cash in now, I'd cash in now, but you probably can't.
I dropped them in one league because I know no one's going to want them.
Yeah, you probably can't cash in. I think most people in the know are going to be like, oh, that's just a one-off week, and I think that's probably what it is. That was a lot of touchdowns that were being scored.
Yeah, and that's how like our main league is. Like pretty much all 10 of us, except for maybe 2 of them, they're kind of in the know. But for the most part, the other 8 are like in the know of like what's going on as soon as it happens. So that league, like. Unless you're a certain someone, you can't really pull the wool over very many people's eyes.
You talking about Jordan Brandon?
Not necessarily them two clumped together, but one of those 2 names.
That's tough. Sorry, guys.
Or unless you work in a team like two other people.
Oh, the John and the Kevin stack. You say?
Yeah,
that's crazy. Anyway,
that's
so going
ridiculous.
on to Cincinnati, I'm going to be going. I think that Burrow's back. I think that offense is back. I think they figured out a lot of things. I don't necessarily believe that they're going to regress from last week. I think that Burrow's a fine play. Mixon's going to figure it out this week. I firmly believe that. You've gotten a lot of dud weeks now.
If he plays, monitor his ankle.
Yeah. If he plays, I think he's going to be fine. Panic button, though, if he doesn't have a good game this week, I think that panic button raises up to like 65, 70%. It scares me.
Been trying to acquire him, but no one will let him go. So
Chase, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, they're in your lineup. Outside of that, I'm not interested in starting Tyler Boyd. I'm not interested in starting Hayden Hurst. There's no other options in that offense I care about. That's it.
I would be interested in potentially starting Samaje Perine in a flex if Joe Mixon isn't going to play because he's going to inherit the whole entire workload.
Okay, yes.
Plus the passing work. So that might be one of those Sunday morning late stashes that just in case, say Mixon plays but aggravates his ankle again or something and has to sit a couple weeks. There you go. There's a sneaky smart for you that ain't going to cost you anything on the waivers. But I would agree with you basically through this game. I'm tempering expectations with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle if Teddy plays, but I would start Tua as well if he's a full go. Because as you can tell, some options aren't working out. I know you grimace and give that face, but some options at quarterback like Russ, Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, sometimes those people aren't necessarily going to pan out. Carson Wentz. So he is an option in the back of the mind. So next up, dude, we have Minnesota Vikings at the New Orleans Saints. The over-under in this game is 43 points. This is the Sunday morning London game. So
I'm going to wake up for it.
Take that with a grain of salt. Yeah, keep that in consideration. Move these players out of your flex spot and put them into your actual either running back or wide receiver spot. So in this game, I am definitely starting Dalvin Cook. I am definitely starting Justin Jefferson. What do you think about Thielen? I'm on the fence about Thielen.
Last couple weeks, he's been involved. It's hard to say no. He's been involved. So,
but the last couple weeks when he's been involved, Justin Jefferson has been a non-factor.
It's true, and they've got to right that ship in that area. So, I still think that Thielen is worth a flex, but he's a low-end flex for me. And if you've got a better option, let's say, I would be more interested in starting Garrett Wilson this week, seeing what he is with Zach Wilson, than I would be with Adam Thielen.
I agree. I think I picture Thielen as more of a mid to low end wide receiver 3 this week.
I think he's got receiver 2 upside, but obviously those are touchdown dependent.
Okay, yep.
Cook, got to monitor if he's going to actually play this week. I think he does. He's done this every year, but just in case this is the year that he doesn't play that week, let's say he doesn't. Alexander Madison is a smash start. Hopefully you picked him up off of waivers. If you didn't, sucks to suck. I don't know what to tell you. But Alexander Madison is a start this week if Cook is not in.
Agreed. That's pretty much it. I'm just not really. I'd be interested in Irv Smith as well. If you're a tight end streamer, I'd be interested in Irv Smith.
If Dalvin Cook is out, I'm very interested in starting Irv Smith.
Agreed. So on the New Orleans side of the ball, as we've seen, Minnesota's run defense is not that good. So I am starting Kamara, even though, like we said, slow start, still starting Kamara. It's bound to happen, right? It's bound to get on track eventually, correct? What better time to do it than when he's playing overseas in London? No one's really going to be paying attention because it's an 8:30 in the morning game, like my time, and he's just going to be like, "Oh, you guys decided you wanted to send me because I was out 2 weeks and did 1 week of non-production. Here you go. Here's a 40 burger."
That sounds like hopes and dreams.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm hoping and praying. Michael Thomas has a toe injury. Looking like he could potentially miss this week.
Boy.
And if he does, you're kind of SOL. But say he misses this week and comes back, he's still that wide receiver too.
Please pay attention to the Saturday show because we should know by then.
Yeah.
If it's a game time, if it's a game time of Michael Thomas, This is how I view Michael Thomas, because I've been the Michael Eric Skinner Thomas truther forever. If he's a game time, you get news on Saturday, we tell you guys he's a game time, he is going on my bench. I'll eat crow. I'll eat it if he goes up and puts 40 on the board. I don't care. I'm not risking Michael Thomas burning me once again. Can't do it. So
yeah, it's happened to you more times than not, though.
Than the rest of humanity. Yeah.
It's
crazy.
And I'm playing Chris Olave, especially if Michael Thomas is out.
Yeah.
And that is end of list for me.
Chris Olave needs to be in your lineup. Josh, put Chris Olave in your lineup.
Did you play Josh this week?
No, this is for another friend of mine, Josh, another friend of the show. He's been commenting on my posts on Face page.
The book Face.
And he said that he got burned by not putting in Chris Olave. That's
ouch. Hey, who do you have winning this game?
Start. I have Minnesota winning this game. There's no way that New Orleans wins this game. There's no way.
You don't think that with their defense they can hang in there?
No, their defense hasn't looked special to me.
Okay. Next up, we have the Cleveland Browns at the Atlanta Falcons. The over-under in this game is 49.5 points.
How?
Is that just because the defenses are so bad?
Has to be. I think Myles Garrett probably doesn't play this week, so...
Oh, no, he's definitely not playing.
I'm going to add one more to that list there, Aaron, for Atlanta. But
okay, well, on Cleveland, I am starting Nick Chubb, I'm starting Kareem Hunt, and I am starting Amari Cooper. And I forgot to mention, I'm going to add one more. I'm probably, if I'm tight end streaming, starting David Njoku.
Oh yeah,
you're not gonna get what you got last week, but he's shown that he can do it. So now, if you have a smart offensive play caller, which I think Kevin Stefanski is, he realizes, hey, Njoku's pretty good across the middle on intermediate routes. So let's make that happen.
I think I got off the train a little too early, but you guys know I've been on the Njoku train for a while. For this point on, tight ends suck. That's it. I think that should just be our new name. Tight ends suck fantasy football. Just put him in.
We should probably trademark
Who else are you going to put in? Who else are you going to put in? Nobody. Unless you got the top four, nobody. Ain't nobody worth anything.
Pretty much everyone else who's already shown their face has become rostered.
Yeah. So David Njoku, A-okay with me.
He gives it one thumbs up, guys.
One singular thumb, please.
All right, so on the Atlanta side of the ball.
All right, so Atlanta, I'm going score Daryl Patterson because they're smart and they give the man the ball. Drake London, I think that he's a solid start this week. Kyle Pitts, I think is a smash start this week, 100%. And I think Marcus Mariota is a very viable streaming quarterback this week, especially with an over-under of 49.5. I almost want to drop it off and pick up Mariota, see what happens.
You should.
I don't want to do that.
You said you almost want to.
But, I don't want to do that. Like
Jared Goff doesn't have his two top offensive weapons.
Now, hold on. Maybe he does. Maybe he does.
Amon-Ra might be back. Might be.
Then I want it more. I want Goff more.
Okay, who do you have winning this game?
I got Atlanta winning this game because they're going to give the ball to Cordero. That they're going to do it.
Watch, now Cordero's going to get the ball 5 times.
I swear to God,
Thanks,
I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose my mind. I've applied to be the Falcons head coach. Waiting to hear back. I don't think I will, but maybe I do. And then if I do,
you want me to tell you where your application went?
Probably right in the trash.
Yep.
Probably didn't make it there.
Down in the trash.
But if I did,
it's on the intern's trash can.
Cordero Patterson would be a top 5 running back going forward for the rest of time. He's too good. Put him in.
That's fair. All right. So then next up we have Next up we have the Buffalo Bills at the Baltimore Ravens. The over under in this game is 52 quadrillion points. It is 52 points though.
Look,
Bills secondary is banged up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore secondary suspect is all get out.
Most suspect. They are the most suspect.
They literally around Baltimore they have wanted posters that just says secondary.
Secondary. Can you play DB? Please come in. Come in, please.
So I think this game might hit though. Which every game this year that we're excited for. Yeah, it's gonna hit the over. It's been a stinker.
This one, I don't
think this one's going to be two front-running MVP candidates. I don't think this one's going to be a stinker.
I'm with this. So on the Buffalo side of the ball, I'm with starting Josh Allen, obviously. I'm okay starting Devin Singletary.
You don't say, Ray.
Yeah, right. Oh my God, you're gonna start Josh Allen the way?
Oh no, you're gonna bench him? Get out of here.
Devin Singletary, I'm okay starting him. I think that you could probably do worse at running back. He's been catching a lot of passes. He's been involved in that offense. The other two running backs look like dog shit. So let's just put in Devin Singletary and just run it the way that it is. So Stephon Diggs, absolutely. Another one thumbs up, guys. Gabe Davis, 100% in. Outside of that, Dawson Knox, you can just throw him to the moon. It's okay.
He'll probably get you 5 points, but this might be the week that he falls in the end zone too. But I really don't think so.
For as many points as supposed to be on the board, sure, put Dawson Knox in. Whatever. Tight ends suck. I'm gonna start Dawson Knox this week.
You're going to? I'm not.
Yeah,
I think this is like a 30-point game from Stephon, a 20-something point game from Gabe Davis. I think Singletary gets in the end zone again a couple times as well. But I agree with you on all the starts.
Tight end says, if you get 4 catches for 30 yards, you're a top 5 tight end. So
yep, that's fair.
Put him in.
I am sitting the Bills defense. I think at this point in time, most people have probably dropped them. And if they haven't, no, I mean, Micah Hyde's out for the whole year, dude. Jordan Poyer's still injured. They don't really know when he's coming back.
I would still, if your roster,
I'm not wasting a roster spot on defense.
Don't say that because they play the Jets and they play the Patriots.
Oh, that is fair.
One more time.
All right, roster them.
So I'm just saying, if you got room on the back end of your roster, why not? If you don't, if you got to put somebody, if you want to go pick up, say, a Romeo Dobbs, he's probably already picked up. But if he wasn't, drop him. Go pick up Romeo Dobbs.
Would you try to trade a Josh Jacobs for a Devin Singletary?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I wouldn't. No.
Would you try to trade a Elijah Mitchell for a Devin Singletary? I'm just trying to figure out where, because I like Devin Singletary. He's just not used. He's good. He's just not used. Do you think that trend starts to change?
I want to see it this week in a high scoring game with almost no defense played. I want to see it. But really, what really stops me from saying Devin Singletary is a smash start every week and you need to go get him, this is a trade target right now, is the fact that they keep strutting Zach Moss out there looking like he is just a bag of beans. Dude sucks. What do you keep giving him the ball for? Can we stop making dumb decisions? Can we please?
So, Baltimore side of the football.
I think I'm starting Lamar.
You have to? I think I'm starting.
Put him in. He's all right.
I think I'm starting Mark Mandrews.
Oh yeah, Mark Mandrews.
Firing that man up. Yeah. Rashad Bateman, I am also starting.
Oh yeah.
I went back and forth and I didn't put him in my starting lineup, but Devin Duvernay, it's just talking about the over-under, I'm probably starting Devin Duvernay, even though I think majority of it comes from Lamar Jackson and Mark Mandrews.
Devin Duvernay would be in front of Juju, behind, in my opinion, take this for what it is, a Romeo Dobbs this week.
In front of Juju, behind Romeo Dobbs?
Yes. We're going to get to it, but
I don't think I'd necessarily argue with you there, but all right. But I'm sitting J.K. Dobbins. He should be back this week, but I'm sitting him.
I want to see.
He was back last week too. He got seven attempts.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot, and
it wasn't a lot. And I don't think they give him a lot of workload this time either. I think with everyone seeing the whole Chris Godwin thing where he came back from the ACL and tried to push it and came out and then immediately had a hamstring issue pop up. I think other teams are kind of like, let's pump the brakes here. And plus Lamar is looking like the $256 million man, right? Guaranteed.
For those that don't know, just to kind of preach to what you just said, Chris Godwin's situation is probably this. You don't know what he actually had. The surgery was actually named for his ACL reconstruction, but sometimes, half of the time, maybe 3/4 of the time, they actually take a piece of your hamstring and put it into your ACL. So
because sometimes
that's why
it has to be able to reach, because sometimes when you snap and rip it, it does not reach anymore.
So that's why sometimes you have people with ACL reconstruction surgeries come back and have hamstring issues. That's why, because their hamstring is a little weaker because of that. So that's why.
Yep. So anyways, and they were never really clear on JK's whole knee surgery, but all he had to have done anyways. So I'm willing to bet that and it put him out longer than what people would think, because he literally got hurt basically a year ago today or this weekend. So I mean, yeah, typically it's 9 to 12 months if it's just a few things that they said that he ripped, and then it's 12 to 18 if it's a whole total knee.
Yeah, he was pretty close to the whole total knee though.
Yep, I know. So anyways, I'm sitting
Baltimore's defense, by the way. I have Baltimore winning this game.
That's the side of the fence I want to go on. So just because of that, I'm going to go Buffalo.
Okay, that's fine. I think that Baltimore wins this game.
All right, let's hit a break here from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back.
Hey, everyone. This show is brought to you by Driffel's Jerky. Are you like us and love beef jerky, but hate paying those high prices for subpar meat? Well, at drifflesjerky.com, they have the money meat.
You said the money meat?
That's right, the money meat. Great tasting beef jerky made from top quality cuts of beef at great prices. Use promo code franchise tag to get yourself 10% off on your order today.
That's DRIFFILLS jerky.com. Hello, everybody. What do you think about that beef jerky? Because it sure tastes scrumptious.
Why don't you guys hit it up? Just use that code. Use that code, franchise tag. Get yourself 10% off and get yourself some jerky. I promise.
It's good.
You won't be disappointed, or that's my promise. I can't.
You were about to say money back.
No, but it's really good.
Oh, it is good. It is really, really, really good jerky. So next up, Ray, we have the Washington Manders at the Dallas Cowboys.
It should have been the Washington Salamanders.
So excited for this game.
Are you
for this game? Yes, dude. It's actually it's probably going to be my most wanted to watch game this week in this slate.
There's never a Dallas game that I want to watch. So
it's my point. It's sarcasm if you couldn't hear it in my voice. By the way, Skip Bayless is stupid.
Oh my God.
Did anybody watch First Take today?
I don't ever watch that.
I don't either. I hate it, but I saw a clip on Twitter where Shannon Sharp's naming literally 15 other wide receivers he would take over CeeDee Lamb, and I was like, I agree. And then Skip Bayless was like, he's the best wide receiver in the league. And then Shannon Sharp was like, if you don't catch a touchdown and only catch 87 yards through the air and you're the number one, you're shit.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not saying that CeeDee's crap, but he's definitely not a wide receiver one.
Well, look, let's start with the Washington side of the ball. You have Antonio Gibson starting here. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I like that.
The only reason I think that he will be a viable flex play this week is because of the pass rush is so stupid good in Dallas, and I just like having to say that, that he should be able to at least gain 3-4 yards per carry.
Okay. I can see where you're getting at with that. I would think that probably points more to J.D. McKissick, but realistically,
can we just get rid of him already?
I don't like either one of these starts. So for me, if I had a better option, I'm probably going that route. If I have
100% better option.
If I have a Cordero, go Cordero. If I have a Josh Jacobs, going Josh Jacobs. If I have
Miles Sanders.
Yes, Miles Sanders, absolutely. I think
Zeke Elliott in the same game. Tony Pollard in the same game.
Yes, even less. Yes, but other than that, sure, you can put Gibson in if that's what you have. If that's how your roster's set up, then sure.
Devin Singletary, I'd play over him.
I'm still interested in starting Terry McLaurin. I don't care. I'm still interested. He's still the number one receiver there. Don't listen to the talking heads. We
are talking heads.
I know. Believe this talking head. This one right here, on the left hand side of the screen.
Believe this one, the right hand side of the screen.
We can take a water bet right now, or beer bet right now.
Let's hear it.
Let's say Terry has 12.5 points. That would be a reasonable start, would you not say? He has to have more than 12.5 points.
Starting at, you're talking about a number one wide receiver on an offense, is what you just said, right?
Yeah, but I think that 12.5 points would be fine. That you're not mad at that.
Move the line to 13.2, and I'll take it.
Jesus. Yes.
All he's got to do is fall into the end zone one time with 12.5 points. Like, that's
I'll do
nothing
that.
Crazy. All right.
I'll do that. Please continue. I'll put it on the board.
Anyways, Ray's putting that on the board. I am sitting Carson Wentz. I am sitting everyone else. You pretty much talked me out of Gibson now that you talk about it. If you have a better start, go with it. And on the Dallas side of the ball, I know I just talked all that trash on him, but he still is the number one wide receiver in Dallas. Michael Gallup still is not going to play, so I am playing CeeDee Lamb, especially because where you drafted him, you're probably not going to be able to pivot off of him. I am starting Zeke, and if I have him for a flex, I'm probably starting Tony Pollard as well, just because you saw on the Monday night game, Zeke's efficient when he has the ball. They touch the ball pretty much the same. Zeke had a little less yards, but they're both viable options that can happen. So
we're good. We're good.
Okay.
And I agree with all those things that you're saying. CD seems to be super involved. If Michael Gallup isn't going to go, I'm still interested in starting Noah Brown. Outside of that, that's it. And I have Dallas winning this game. And also, I would start Dallas defense.
Yes, 100% start Dallas's defense.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just looking at the sweet, sweet beer bet that I'm about to break even on.
Anyways. So the next up we got is Seattle at Detroit. The over-under is a 48-point over-under. I think that might be right on par. Maybe a little lower. I would go maybe a little on the underside. For the Seattle side, you have Rashad Penny starting. I do not. But I can see
Detroit's
why
run defense isn't very good.
I think that Rashad Penny's splitting too much work now. This is the week that Ken Walker gets involved.
He's not. No. That's
Okay.
not happening.
Okay.
Rashad Penny, if you watch the games, is clearly still the number one running back. And Ken Walker had 9 total attempts last game.
So what if it jumps up to like 15 to 17?
It's not going to take that big of a jump.
Okay. I'm not interested in this bet. I'm not interested in starting Penny, but if you want to listen to Aaron, go ahead. I think that's fine. I don't think he's going to burn you that bad. I just don't. It scares me too much. It scares me.
Listen, and when I put starts in this show docket, if you have better options than these poopy running backs that we have to talk about, start them. But if you're if you had the Montgomery and you couldn't get Khalil Herbert and Montgomery's not going to play this week and Rashad Penny's your only pivot, you're okay to start him.
Okay.
That's
with your DK start. Your DK start.
Yes.
This is a statistic that I had seen throughout somebody posted a meme or something about that. About Jeff Okudah and him just
he's taken a huge step this year.
Like locking people down.
Yes.
Kind of scared away from DK this week. And
a little bit there too.
Probably don't want to start him.
Agree.
I think that if you have a decent option to put in otherwise, I'm going that other option.
Could play a game?
Sure.
DK or Jerry Jeudy?
Jerry Jeudy.
Okay, game's over because I didn't expect that one to happen. So, anyways.
Anything. That's if Jerry Jeudy even plays. Who knows? But that's where I'm at. If you look at the stats behind Jeff Okudah.
DK or Treylon Burks?
Treylon Burks.
DK or Drake London?
Drake London.
DK or Adam Thielen?
Ooh. That's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. DK.
Okay. DK or Devin Duvernay? I'm trying to think of these two that we were just talking about. So
I think I like Devin Duvernay more.
Okay.
That over under has got to get hit. Somebody's got to catch those touchdown passes.
Okay.
It could be Devin Duvernay. Who knows? But at that point, you're just throwing a dart at the board. I'm scared off of DK this week. I don't like him that much. I would really temper your expectations or
I
pivot
agree.
if you could.
I agree with that completely. I'm not playing anybody else on the Seattle side of the ball. Those are the only two, like we just talked about, considerations. But pivot if you can. Detroit, DeAndre Swift is going to be out at least 2 weeks, so I am playing Jamal Williams.
Oh yeah,
I'm playing Amon-Ra St. Brown. If he is not injured, if he is injured, I am playing DJ Chark. And I am playing Hawkinson this week. Basically, because where you draft him, you have to play him. But especially if Amon-Ra St. Brown is not in with DeAndre Swift, I am playing Hawkinson.
Okay. And in that situation, if Amon-Ra is out, then I would be more interested in starting a Josh Reynolds in a deeper league.
Josh Reynolds needs a DFS.
I think he's a 14-man plus league. You can put him in.
That's fair.
I think you could.
That's fair. That is very fair. All right, you ready for the next game?
Sure.
The Los Angeles Chargers at the Houston Texans. This game is a 44-point over-under.
Who do you have winning that last game?
Detroit.
Absolutely. Detroit's winning that game.
So, anyways, Chargers at the Texans, 44-point over-under. Obviously, so you're starting Herbert, you're starting Keenan Allen, you're starting Mike Williams, and this is the game that Austin Eckler rights the ship as well. So you're starting Austin Eckler, and I'm starting Gerald Everett too. If same thing that we talked about earlier, if Austin Eckler doesn't get on the right track in this game, time to really panic.
Oh, it jumps to 11. If he can't do it against Houston's defense. They don't have a bad defense, like not an awful defense.
But this is the thing, right? I think we're all thinking about Austin Eckler, top 5 running back. He might just be top 20 this year, and that's what we're gonna have to live with.
Might be done with.
I doubt it.
Look, if he can't right the ship against Houston, who can he right the ship against? That team isn't very good. It's not like Houston's out there blowing people out.
I mean, to be fair, a second team running back for the Chicago Bears just hung some numbers on them. So
yeah, maybe I'm giving him a little too much credit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to
just a bit
soften. I'm trying to soften the blow for Eckler not panning out. That's what I'm trying to do.
Well, if he doesn't, sorry, but he doesn't. Anyways, and then I'm starting Gerald Everett as well.
Yeah, I'm with that. On the Houston side of the ball, the Chargers side of the ball, I'm not starting anybody else. Not Jalen Guyton, not Josh Palmer, because Keenan Allen's most likely going to be back this week.
Jalen Guyton's out all year.
Oh yeah, that's
ACL.
right. He's got torn ACL. I'm sorry, I forgot. Josh Palmer not interested unless Keenan Allen misses. If he does miss, Josh Palmer's a pretty nice streaming start if you needed help at receiver.
I thought he had an injury too, but we'll have to pay attention. I'll have to look.
Yeah, I think everybody got an injury tag today. I swear to God.
It's fair.
On the Houston side of the ball, Dameon Pierce starting him. Outside of that,
I thought about Brandon Cooks, but he hasn't been doing it this year. And last week, Christian Kirk was very, very viable. But I don't think that. Davis Mills is definitely no Trevor Lawrence, right?
He would hope not.
Yeah, that'd be.
Well, I guess if you're a Texans fan, you're like, yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but so especially with the Charger secondary, I am not starting Brandon Cooks either.
Okay, I'm with that. Moving on.
The
Chargers win this game easily.
Oh, for sure. So next up, we have the Tennessee Titans at the Indianapolis Colts. The over-under in this game is 42.5 points. Ray, start us off on the Tennessee side of the football.
Definitely starting King Henry. There was a quote by not so great friends of the show. They're more like some guys we watched, and they're pretty good. They said something about Appalachia State or something like that, or snow in Virginia. Vermont is the reason why.
They're also the number one sports podcast on Spotify.
They called it. Derrick Henry went off. It's kind of crazy that's like a statistic that when it snows in Vermont, Derrick Henry just starts blowing out of control. You're starting Derrick Henry. That's what I'm trying to get at. And then I'm interested in starting Treylon Burks. I think from this point on, he has to be involved. And I know that he might not be ready to be involved, but he's got the talent to be involved. He's got the talent.
Agreed. It's like AJ Brown his rookie year. So
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe like a small AJ Brown. Maybe.
That was me dialing it back in case you guys didn't know. Anyways, yes, I'm starting Henry. I'm starting Burks, not starting anyone else. On the Indianapolis side of the ball, obviously you're starting Jonathan Taylor and you're starting Michael Pittman, and that is all I am starting on that side of the ball as well.
Agreed. Not interested in starting. Well,
whatever their tight end name.
Jelani Woods. Yeah. I might think about streaming, maybe.
I think he's like tight end 3 on that team.
Is he though?
Yes. You have Mo Alley Cox, and then you have Granson or.
I don't think that they care about his name Cox that much. I think that Jelani Woods starts seeing the field a little more. Monitor that. Don't start him. Don't start him. But monitor.
Thank you. I'm glad I watched you talk yourself off of that ledge.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? He was involved last week.
He was, but I think it's a fluke. Forward.
And he's 7'18". He's huge. I think he's like 6'9". But just monitor that, please.
Please. And I have, much as I hate to say this, I have the Colts winning this game. No comment. Is just that gross for you?
Sure.
That is a pretty gross game.
I have to look at the pick 'em right now to figure out. Like, I'm like, did I start? Did I go with the Colts this game? I
haven't done my picks yet. I got to do it first thing in the morning.
Smash on that one.
So yeah, next up we have the Chicago Bears at the New York Football Giants. The over under in this game is 39.5 points. This is gross.
Under again.
Oh yes. Smash the under. I am starting David Montgomery or Khalil Herbert. Whoever gets the start, I am starting. And that is it.
I'm with that. That's it. Not interested in anything else. No, nope. Thanks.
Nope. And on the Giant side of the ball, I'm starting Saquon, and that is it.
Agreed. If you put Kenny Galladay in your lineup, just go ahead and unsubscribe. I can't help you.
Yeah. But do pay attention to Wan'Dale Robinson and Kadarius Toney. They are both healing up and getting better, and it's better to be a week early on a player than a week late.
I think Kadarius Toney just stays getting hurt.
So pay attention to him. I think every muscle in his body he's hurt at one point in time.
Or all at the same time.
I would agree. So Ray, that covers the last game that we were covering today. Who do you have winning that game?
I don't care, but the Giants.
I'm going to give it to Saquon.
I think honestly, Daniel Jones, for what he is, it really looked, and this is for the Monday night game, it really looked like he desperately needed some sort of offensive weapon that wasn't named Saquon. That's what it looked like. Because he was hitting people in stride. People were falling down, and he's throwing picks because of it. Like that last pick that he threw, that wasn't his fault. His receiver just fell down. That no-name dude that I don't even know his name. It's Kenny Stills?
David Sills.
David Sills? Who the hell is David Sills?
No, that's not Kenny Stills.
It's Kenny Stills' long-lost cousin?
Yeah, the other version, I guess.
Is he the Wish version of Kenny Stills? That's what he is?
I guess so. Because it's literally Stills the fifth and Sills the fifth.
That is so tough.
I'm putting this up. I know this means 2, but V for 5 in Roman numerals. So if anyone's like, you're an idiot for putting up 2 fingers when you said fifth. No, it's supposed to be a V.
Please vet that in the comments. So, it just looks like he needs some help. That's what it looks like. He needs some help.
No Roman numerals.
And I don't know. Aaron's lost it. It's too late for Aaron. He's gonna go nights. I think that does it for the show. We're done here.
The Wish version of Kenny Stills got his feature today.
What's up?
Oh,
Benny Snell. Is that his name? Benny Snell.
David Sills.
There it is.
There's 4 more of him.
Jesus Christ! They're all falling down, letting picks happen. He almost got hit in the head.
Anyways, guys, please be sure to follow us on Discord. Go ahead, Ray. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, I was going to do the same thing. We're off the rails. I'm just trying to get us back there.
Go ahead. Please follow us on the Discord. Go to driftlessjerky.com. Use code franchise tag for 10% off of your order. As always, guys, please hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. Hit the thumbs up because it really helps our videos in the algorithm. And most importantly, smash that subscribe button so you never miss any content. Follow us on Spotify and follow us on Apple Podcasts. But that's the fancy version. Until next time, we will see you later.